Om Shanti. Good morning, Diamond Morning. Baba's Murli. Today is the 31st of August, 2022. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, wake up early in the morning and remember the Father with a lot of love, and your intellect will change from stone to divine. Question: what is the way to become prosperous for 21 births? Answer: donate the imperishable jewels of knowledge, and you will become prosperous, because each jewel of knowledge is worth hundreds of thousands of rupees. The more one donates and stays in remembrance of the Father, the higher the mercury of one's happiness will rise. Second question: what precautions must you take so that you don't perform any sinful actions? Answer: you need to take a lot of precautions with your food. When you accept food from a sinful soul, it affects you. The Father gives advice on seeing the circumstances of each one. Om Shanti. Who is sitting here and who has come? Human beings know that all of us souls are impure at this time. Bharat in particular and the world in general are calling out, O purifier, this is an impure world. All souls are impure and unhappy. They have become ugly. The purifier is the unlimited Father, who is called the ocean of knowledge and the bestower of salvation for all. You children are sitting in front of the Father. For whom did you children receive that recognition? From the purifier Father. When it was the golden age, everyone, the king, the queen, and all the subjects were pure. They were all in the golden age. You children now have the understanding that you are souls and are sitting here in bodies. When souls are in bodies, they experience happiness or sorrow. When there is no soul in a body, that body isn't aware of anything. A soul leaves a body and forges a connection with another body, and that body thereby becomes living. Otherwise, bodies are non-living. That non-living body also grows. First, a puppet of the 5 elements is created. When the organs are formed, a soul enters it and then becomes living. You living human beings are now sitting here. The Father is in front of you. He is the Supreme Soul and He is ever pure. The Father is now giving you directions. And what directions is He giving us? Children, you also have to become pure like the Father. You souls are immortal. At first, you were in the land of peace. You souls know that you have come to Shiv Baba, who has adopted this ordinary body. There cannot be anyone apart from the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who can sit and give directions to the children. Those people think that God never comes and that He is beyond name and form. You children know that you have now come and met Him again after 5,000 years. You have recognized how the Father is purifying you. When souls became impure, their bodies also became impure. You now have to become pure once again. We souls were pure in the incorporeal world. Baba says, talk to yourself in this way. Churn the ocean of knowledge. You souls have now received that recognition. We souls were in the land beyond sound, in brackets nirvana, and we then went into the golden age to play our parts of happiness. Baba says, you are all rounders, and this is why you receive knowledge first. You know that Shiv Baba creates Brahmins through the father of humanity, in brackets Prajapita Brahma. Baba says, you living human souls have been brought into the Brahmin clan from the Shudra clan. From being Shudras, you have now become Brahmins, the mouth-born creation of Brahma. Why? To claim your inheritance. It is only at the confluence age that you become the mouth-born creation of Brahma. The confluence age is just for you. You souls say that you were pure at first and that you have now become impure. You are once again becoming pure. O purifier, Baba, come and once again make us pure from impure. Talk to yourself in this way. The soul has now received nourishment. When we souls were pure, we lived in the land of liberation and then went to heaven. We took so many births and continue to come down, and we now have to go to the golden age again. Baba says, I also told you 5,000 years ago, and what he told us 5,000 years ago, constantly remember me alone. Whilst living at home with your families and looking after your business, etc., simply consider yourselves to be souls. We now have to become pure. We have to return home. We have to become the masters of the pure world. Let there now only be the concern about how to go from the Iron Age to the Golden Age. Baba shows you an easy way. And what is the easy way? Constantly remember me alone, and you will become pure. In the Gita, this elevated version is mentioned twice. Manmanabha. O children, renounce body consciousness. Remember the Father. He is the authority. He tells you the essence of all the scriptures and the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. The more you souls remember me, the purer you will become. There is no other way. Those with stone intellects have to become those with divine intellects. You will not become pure by bathing in the water of the Ganges. If you were to become pure, you wouldn't be here. However, everyone has to go to the Iron Age. So, first of all, sit with these thoughts early in the morning. It is said, remember Rama early in the morning, O mind. And Rama in this context meaning God the Supreme, Shiv Baba. The soul says, O intellect of mine, now remember the Father. It's like the soul is having a conversation with itself. Connect your intellect in yoga to the Father. The more you connect it, the more it will continue to become divine from stone. It is only the one Father who makes intellects divine. It is only the one Father who makes intellects divine. He says, I come every cycle at the confluence age to make you this. It is a matter of a second. Doctors can give such medicine that a boil can be destroyed from within. The Father says, you don't have to say anything in words. You don't even have to do anything with your hands or feet. You simply have to use your intellect to remember me. You also remembered me in the previous cycle, through which your sins were burnt away. I explained to you in this way previously, and I am explaining it to you now. You now have to become those with divine intellects by having remembrance of the Father. The Father says, I, your purifier Father, come at the confluence age to give you. What does he come to give us at the confluence age? He says to give you Shrimad. Oh, my sweet beloved children, it is the soul who listens through the organs. This is the mouth of Brahma. They speak of Gauma, the mouth of a cow. That cow doesn't refer to an animal. This one is the mother. He speaks to us through this Gauma. Brahma Baba's mouth is like the mouth of a cow. Gauma. They've then shown a cow's mouth in temples, so they would have taken it literally. They show water flowing from a cow's mouth. They consider that to be a Gauma. They believe that that water is from the Ganges. You now know that the Father gives knowledge through this one. This one is the mother, the cow. He is the senior mother, referring to Father Brahma. He doesn't have a mother. He is also the mother of physical mama. All of you mothers are cows. This knowledge is showered through your mouth. There are rivers of water everywhere. That Ganges cannot be the purifier. They have a temple at the Ganges where they have idols of the deities. Those deities do not have any knowledge. You receive knowledge through which you become deities. Deities cannot be called knowledgeable. They have portrayed the ornaments on Vishnu. In fact, they are ornaments of you Brahmins. You children have to spin the discus of self-realization. There is no question of violence in this. All of these matters are of knowledge. You have to blow the conch shell of knowledge and remember the cycle. This is the discus of self-realization. They have shown a spinning wheel. You also have to become pure as a lotus here. There is also the maze of knowledge with which you have to conquer Maya. So, all of those ornaments are yours. You children know that this is hell and that heaven exists on the other side. We are now at the confluence. On one side is dirty water, and on the other side is clean water. Hell is like dirty water, heaven is clean water. There is the confluence of the two, which people go to see. Here, this one is the ocean of knowledge, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, and you are the dirty rivers. The Father sits here and makes you as pure as Himself. Remember the Father and spin the discus of self-realization. There is no question of mercy in this. Would you stay? Would you say to your teacher, Teacher, have mercy so that I can claim a high status? The teacher would tell you to study. The Father says, I teach all of you the same things. You say, O purifier, come. Come and purify us. You are actors in this drama, and you don't know the beginning, the middle, or the end of the drama, or its creator. or director. You have stone intellects. We're saying this to others. Your children are now becoming those with divine intellects by knowing the Father. The Father says, simply sit for half an hour or 45 minutes in the morning and churn this knowledge. You are told many points. They sat and created 18 chapters. That is the 18 chapters of the Gita. According to the drama, all of those scriptures will exist again on the path of devotion. You children now have to make effort. Wake up at Amrit Vela and talk to yourself. We now have to remember the Father and become pure. You have to become beads of the rosary. You will become pure by having remembrance of Baba. The purer you become, and the more you make others pure, what is the benefit of this? The purer you become, and the more you make others pure, the higher the mercury of your happiness will continue to rise. Donate these imperishable jewels of knowledge to others. Wealthy people donate and perform charity. You are donors of the imperishable jewels of knowledge. Every jewel has a value of hundreds of thousands. The purer you become, the more prosperous you will continue to become for 21 births. Very interesting point here. The purer you become, the more prosperous you will become. You will continue to become for 21 births. When you had divine intellects, you had happiness, peace, and wealth, everything. Now that you have stone intellects, everything is finished. The Father says, now have the faith that you are souls and develop the practice of waking up early in the morning. That time is very good. People commit a lot of sin in the darkness of night. You now have to become pure. You were 100% viceless. The alloy in the soul will now be removed in the furnace of yoga by the fire of yoga. The explanation of this knowledge and yoga is never destroyed. By listening to even a little, souls become part of the subjects. The Father says, children, claim your full inheritance exactly as you did in the previous cycle. The same ones will become the kings, and the same ones will become the subjects. When people donate and perform charity on the path of ignorance, they take birth in a royal family. Some take birth in a poor family according to their karma. The Father sits here and explains to you the philosophy of action, sinful action, and neutral action. Actions in the golden age are neutral because why are the actions of the golden age neutral? Baba says because Maya doesn't exist there. This is Ravan's kingdom, and that is Rama's kingdom. Ravan's kingdom is now to be destroyed, and the golden age is being established. The Father explains very well. Kumaris should explain very clearly. They are free from bondage. Parents don't eat from the earnings of their daughters. Parents worship their daughters. However, after a daughter indulges in vice and becomes impure, she now has to bow down to everyone. A Kumari also bows down to the deity idols because she has taken birth through impure parents. The deities are pure. You now understand that you were deities. You have taken 84 births and have become impure. You have continued to come down. Now, once again, We have to follow Srimad so that we don't perform any sinful actions. You cannot eat any food from sinful souls. You were told the precautions to take, otherwise, it affects you. However, the circumstances are seen. There are karmic accounts. Sometimes they don't allow you to cook separately. Okay, in desperate circumstances, remember the farm. Remember Baba and then eat that. If you forget to do this, that food would affect you. By remembering the Father, you will come closer. You're now sitting personally in front of Baba. The Father is explaining to you directly. The Father speaks to you and calls you, "Oh child, oh child." Therefore, you have to remember the Father. Then, whether you do that or not, it is up to you. Those who do this will definitely receive accordingly. It is a straightforward matter. You have understood that this is a hospital. This is also a university for health and wealth. You simply need 3 square feet of land. That's all. Look how the unlimited Father is teaching you. The Father is so egoless. He sits in an impure body, in the impure world, and he makes so much effort for you, children. Children, claim your inheritance once again. I am watching everything as the detached observer to see who is making effort well. So this is very intoxicating. Baba is always looking at us as the detached observer to see who is making effort well. You simply need 3 square feet of land. There is a center in Calcutta where so many are being benefited. Those who get together and run a center also receive a status. Let the room be large enough for class, where everyone can hear the class. That's all. We have to go to the golden age. There is no other way than having remembrance. The Father says, "Children, benefit yourself and others. Open this hospital. Here, you will receive blessings from many. People open colleges for others. They themselves don't study, but they do receive a good education in their next birth." The Father says, whether you're poor or rich, simply make arrangements for 3 square feet of land in which knowledge and yoga can be taught, and people can be changed from being like stone to divine. People say that we make everyone into brothers and sisters, that they make them renounce the inheritance of poison, that we make them renounce the inheritance of poison, that is the vice of lust. Then they ask, how would the world continue? You children know that the world there is not based on the power of vice. Their children are born through the power of yoga. You are now becoming the masters of that new world. Acha, okay. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. And the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana points to practice for today. First point, develop the practice of waking up early in the morning. Wake up early in the morning and definitely churn knowledge. Sit for half an hour or even 45 minutes and talk to yourself. Make your intellect full of knowledge. Second point, in order to receive blessings from many, open a hospital or college on 3 square feet of land. Become as egoless as the Father and do service. Baba's blessing for today. May you be an intense effort maker and experience one or another newness in all 4 subjects every day. To have newness in knowledge means to move along sensibly. That is, to continue to remove any weaknesses you have. That is, continue to remove any weaknesses you have. Newness in experimenting with yoga means to increase its percentage. Similarly, have newness in your progress in all 4 subjects. To have newness in self-progress, experimenting, to have newness in self-progress, newness in the method, newness in experimenting, newness in service you do, newness in making others into easy yogis, and newness to experience the increase in the percentage means to be an intense effort maker. So Baba wants us to have newness in the self-progress, newness in the method, newness in experimenting, newness in the service you do, newness in making others into easy yogis, and newness in experience to increase the percentage means to be an intense effort maker. It is by doing this that you will experience closeness. So all this newness he wants is newness in making others into easy yogis, and newness in experiencing to increase the percentage means to be an intense effort maker. It is by doing this that you will receive closeness. And Baba's slogan for today, the authority of purity is the greatest personality. The authority of purity is the greatest personality. Om Shanti. Do have a very powerful day in Baba's sweet remembrance.